The wizard may be sick, but the show must go on. I want to start this video by giving a huge thank you to my top tier Wizard Master patrons. Thank you John, Nico, Aaron, Scott, Christine, EJ, Mike, Chris, Leslie, Doug, Whitestitch, Twainy, Spyro, Daniel, Chris the Bookaholic, Chris the Bearded Book Beast, and Heidi. Thank you so much for your support. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as you can see from the intro and from the gunk that is my voice, I am currently under the weather, and yet I still need to tell you what I am planning to read in November of 2024. But before we get into that, please do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel grow, and you can check the description box down below for links to all my social media, including the Discord, the Patreon, Pango books, all that, what have you. It's all there for you to explore. I'm going to try and soldier through and get this done, guys. You can tell I don't sound quite right. Big sore throat, so we're going to see what happens. But essentially what I want to accomplish in November is I want to start wrapping up some series that I wanted to get done this year. My goal this year was to complete 10 series. We're going to ignore the fact that I started more than 10 series. I wanted to at least finish 10 series throughout the whole of the year. And with that in mind, I've got a lot of books that I need to kind of get further into because I've recently been enjoying a lot of new books and authors that weren't on my radar, that are now on my radar, that I've dived into their books, and now, oh no, I want to finish these before 2025 rolls over, or rolls in, I don't know, rolls over, and let me know in the comments down below if I'm making any sense whatsoever. And also, be sure to tell me what your reading plans for November are, because I always enjoy seeing that in the comments and I enjoy interacting with you guys. So with that out of the way, I am currently 25% through book 2 of the 4MK series, and this is by J.D. Barker, and this is the Sixth Wicked Child, which is the conclusion to that trilogy. I loved book 1. I'm really enjoying book 2. I read about 25% in a single sitting of the Fifth to Die, I think is what that one's called. And this one, I just love the cover. It's funny because it's got like that kind of print on demand. Yeah, it's print on demand. So like you can always tell a print on demand cover because it's got that kind of shiny gloss. Where usually, I don't know why I'm talking about this. We'll blame the cough medicine. But usually it's more of a matte and this is a shiny. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But I've been really enjoying this series and I want to finish it out. It's serial killer, hard crime. Where I'm currently at in book 2, it's got a different structure than book 1, which I really appreciate. We're still following Porter, and yeah, it's been really, really good. So this series is hopefully going to be completed by November, and I started this series in September, so that should tell you how much I've been really enjoying this, is that I'm prioritizing finishing it out before the end of the year. And then we've got the Swords of Night and Day. This is the final book in Janai by David Gemmell. And I feel like finishing out Janai is going to be the push that I need to get to the rest of my David Gemmell books that I have to get to. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 David Gemmell books that are currently on my shelf that are unread. And so I feel like I've just had this series paralysis with Janai. And finishing out Janai will be the kick in the pants that I need to dive back into one of my new favorite authors since joining BookTube, David Gemmell. So here we go. Let's finish out Janai, because I've been trying to finish out Janai since December of 2024. And so far, I have been unsuccessful. Where should I put these? What do I do with hands? There we go. We're going to put it back here. I've got this one. This is just a palette cleanser that I'm throwing into the mix. This is from a gift from my good friend Heidi. Good friend and patron Heidi. This is Glorious Exploits, a novel by Ferdia Lennon. And this is like set during the Peloponnesian War, I believe. And it's about people putting on a play or something like that. And I don't know. I love the googly eyes. It's historical fiction. And I feel like this is just going to be a nice breath of fresh air. We're going to see what happens with this. I don't really know a whole lot. I want to go in kind of blind. But, I mean, if it's got googly eyes, it's got to be good, right? That's the way the world works. So, yes, we've got Glorious Exploits. Then, of course, continuing my journey with Joe Hill, I read The Fireman in... what month is it right now? It's October. I read The Fireman in October. I liked it. I didn't love it. The more I think about it, the lower my rating keeps going. But it's still really good writing. It was just kind of aimless and a bit overlong. Not something I think is going to happen with HeartShaped Box. This is much shorter Joe Hill, and that's kind of where he thrives. So I'm very, very, very excited to dive into this. This will be the final of the Joe Hill novels until 2025 when King's Sorrow comes out, which is 700 pages long, which I'm nervous about because I thought The Fireman was overlong. So I'll still be reading King's Sorrow, but until King's Sorrow drops, I will have read all of Joe Hill's novels. So that's a HeartShaped Box right there. This is, I think, about an aging death metal rock legend, Judas Coyne. Coyne? Coyne? I don't know. A collector of the macabre. Ooh, a cookbook for cannibals, and a used hangman's noose. Already, this is sounding very, very interesting. Next up, speaking of Heidi, earlier, we've got Death Stalker Rebellion. This is book 2 in the Death Stalker series, and where we left off with book 1, we've kind of kicked off the rebellion that is going to kind of be starting, and I want to return to this series before I forget too much about it. It's just kind of something that has been calling to me. It's a nice palate cleanser. It's pulpy. It's a series that's not really taking itself too seriously, and so I am all here for that. So we have got Death Stalker Rebellion. Very, very good first book. I really, really enjoyed that. And then we've got one called Breaking Colossus by Matt Wright. I do know that the second book in this has recently come out. This is a review copy that I accepted before I stopped taking on review copies. I've also purchased the audiobook for this as well, so I will be doing hybrid reading for this. This has got quotes from Kevin J. Anderson, Christopher Rocchio, which is a huge, huge win for me. A game changer of a space opera. Just sounds awesome. Intelligence Officer Roth Sullius received news his war hero father is MIA. His mother, Alora, is at the heart of a military-wide insurrection, and now someone wants to get rid of him and his family's legacy forever. So this just sounds really interesting. I do like throwing in some sci-fi with my reads, so this is what I am planning for my review copy of November to be. And then additionally, I want to do another review copy if I have time. This is an if I have time. This is River of Stars, Book 2 by Lily Ann Crow. And I'm currently, at the time of recording, 6% into book 1, which is very early to make a judgment call. But I'm really, really enjoying book 1. And so I know book 3 recently came out. I've got book 2 here. This was accepted for review, books 1 and 2. So this is a secondary review copy that I would get to in November. And the more I learn about the cover, the more I like it. Specifically what wayfinders are, which are kind of like cartographers. There's some sort of crystal magic in this world. Where I'm currently at in book 1, he's just starting out on his journey. I think it's Thaniel is his name. Thaniel? Yeah, Thaniel. He's just starting out on his journey. We just met the crew. I'm having a great time, so I want to slot in book 2 so that this is a series that just doesn't get kicked down the road. Like so many others I have on my TBR. I'm so sorry to any author whose series I have started and then just scrolled on. You have my deepest apologies, but I don't want that to happen here. So we've got this one slated. Then I've got The Son of the Poison Rose by Jonathan Mayberry. Now, you will recognize that something I don't normally do on the channel is I haven't done author interviews for a while. I happened to ping the author on Twitter, and immediately within 30 minutes, I had an offer to come on the channel. And Jonathan Mayberry is a 5 times Bram Stoker winner, that is a huge horror author accolade. That is, did I say that correctly? I don't know. That is a huge accolade in the horror community. That's what I'm trying to say. And I really liked Kagan the Damned. I really enjoyed Ray Porter's narration. Initially, I was going to be starting Patient Zero by Jonathan Mayberry this month. However, I'm going to push that and instead do Son of the Poison Rose, which is Kagan book number 2, so that I can then do book number 3 in December, finish out this series before the end of the year, and potentially have Jonathan Mayberry here on the channel for an interview. That I haven't done interviews in a long time, but I'm very excited to talk to Jonathan Mayberry because what he did in Kagan the Damned was just sheer brilliance. And so I'm very excited for Son of the Poison Rose. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to it. And then before I get to the patron pick, because I do polls on the Patreon, Now, instead of spinning a wheel and just having, like, pestering somebody to pick a book for me, and then me 9 times out of 10 DNFing it, I've started adopting, like, a bracketed polling. Bracketed polling. And that's what's been getting selected. Last month's was White Wolf by David Gemmell, which I haven't started yet, but I will. Well, I have started it. I just haven't returned to it, but I will get to it before the end of the month. I want to come back to Primal Hunter. So I'm going to be doing Zogarth's Primal Hunter #2. I can get that out. I can say that. That's how words work. I've put this off for far too long, and I really want some lit RPG in my life, and I really enjoyed Primal Hunter 1. So I'm very excited to be returning to this world and diving back into this series. And then here's one I have DNF'd twice on the channel. And I think both times it was on audio. So this is an eyes-only read. This gets the priority. This is what I am starting November off with as a physical read. And we have got The Lies of Lamora by Scott Lynch. This is a much beloved series here on BookTube. I downloaded the ebook like 2 months ago. And when it was on sale, or it was like a Kindle Daily deal. And I started reading it, and I immediately was immersed, much more so than I ever was listening to Michael Head, despite the fact that I think Michael Head is an amazing narrator. I think he does a wonderful job with The Lies of Lamora. For some reason, I just think that The Lies of Lamora, for me personally, is going to be best as a physical read. So we're going to give that a shot. We are going to give it its third and final chance. If it doesn't work after this time, it's a 3 strikes and you're out, and I will probably be selling my broken binding copies of The Lies of Lamora. Hopefully that is not the case, and that I can then continue and dive on into the series, possibly finish it out or catch up. I don't want to say finish it out because it's an ongoing series that's just been on hiatus. Everybody knows this. I don't know why I'm explaining it, but hopefully I can finish that out and then be caught up. For when Thorn of Emberlane, I believe is what book 4 is supposed to be titled, comes out. So that is my November TBR to be read. Please let me know in the comments what you think of my picks, what you think of my reasoning. That's all I've really got for today, guys. I'm going to go drink a nice hot cup of tea with a thick drizzle of honey. And I hope you're doing well. Till next time, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons. Thank you for supporting my passion and my hobby. It means the world to me.